Coronation Street turmoil as Lisa and Becky's bond deepens behind Carla's back. Next week on Coronation Street, Lisa and Becky Swain share an unexpectedly tender moment at number 6, just before Roy Cropper walks in unannounced. Could Roy end up telling Carla what he's witnessed between her fiancée and Becky? While Lisa and Becky relax on the sofa with dinner and a few glasses of wine, the pair drift into an emotional exchange. Lisa gently takes Becky's hand, but the atmosphere changes instantly when Roy steps through the door. Roy's loyalty to Carla runs deep, a Corrie insider explains. It's unlikely he'd keep quiet about what he's seen unless Lisa has a convincing reason for that intimate scene. Spending time together might be harmless, but Carla would hardly approve of the two getting that close. Lisa's not the type to cheat, but she might have gone a bit too far this time. Whether Carla learns the truth is now entirely up to Roy. The drama begins when Becky confides in Lisa that she's holding onto a flash drive that could stop their daughter Betsy from landing in more trouble with D.I. Costello. Fueled by anger, Lisa storms into Weatherfield police station claiming to have CCTV footage proving Betsy didn't damage a police car, despite Costello's accusations. Confronting her superior, Lisa lashes out over Betsy's false arrest, prompting Costello to reveal that Becky had tried to contact her several times, but couldn't safely do so. Could this revelation be what melts Lisa's frostiness toward her ex? After Betsy's release, Becky receives a phone call from Costello. During their tense chat, Costello reminds her that now Lisa thinks she kept her distance because of him. It's time to stick to the plan and get out of Weatherfield within a month. Later that week, Becky starts preparing to leave as Betsy convinces her to go on a shopping trip before their move to Spain. When they return home, bags in hand, Lisa is taken aback by the sight. Will Becky and Betsy finally admit they're planning to move abroad? Lisa's patience runs thin, the source continues. Betsy's supposed to be at work, yet she's lounging in the kitchen after splurging on a shopping spree. That alone frustrates Lisa, but if she knew her daughter was plotting to relocate to Spain, she'd be furious. It's only a matter of time before the secret comes out. As Becky lingers in Weatherfield for what might be her last few weeks, will Lisa find herself reconnecting with her ex-wife? And if that happens, could Swarla be facing their toughest test yet? Coronation Street's Todd Grimshaw petrified as furious Theo lashes out again. Coronation Street viewers will witness Theo Silverton's grip on Todd Grimshaw grow even more sinister this week. The soap's newest villain hides his cruelty behind a charming front, only to unleash his anger on Todd when no one's around. Trying his hardest to keep Theo calm, Todd is left terrified after accidentally damaging his boyfriend's car, and begins to fear what mood Theo will be in next. Theo channels all his rage at Todd, says Gareth Pierce, who portrays the troubled character. There's this brief point where Todd believes he's fixed the problem and that things might finally be okay, but what follows completely blindsides him. Theo's fury first flares up at the builder's yard when he runs into Pete, his former fling. When Pete flirts and suggests another night together, Theo coldly brushes him off. In response, Pete mocks him as a drama queen, a taunt that sends Theo into a violent outburst with major fallout. Following the confrontation, Gary fires Theo from the yard, making his temper even worse. Things spiral further when Sarah Barlow's son Harry accidentally spills a milkshake inside Theo's car. When the drink spills, Todd immediately panics about how Theo will react, Gareth explains. He's constantly walking on eggshells, trying to predict Theo's next move. Although Theo stays calm in front of Sarah and Harry, his demeanor changes completely once they're gone, leaving Todd deeply anxious. Todd gets a brief sense of relief when Theo acts nice, Gareth adds, but the moment they're home and the door shuts, everything shifts. Theo's physically intimidating, and Todd knows it. He's scared, but convinced he can somehow manage or control him. When Todd later scrapes the car he worked so hard to clean, the dread returns full force. But will Theo once again twist things around to make Todd believe he's to blame? Todd's desperate to come across as reasonable, Gareth notes. He's being manipulated by someone who's perfected gaslighting, and expressing his own anger isn't even an option anymore. The house feels suffocating and unsafe. Coronation Street bosses have teased that Theo's abuse will only intensify over the coming weeks, leading up to a powerful standalone episode airing just before Christmas. Coronation Street upgrades scheming Christina Boyd to full-time cast member. Coronation Street has officially promoted crafty and outspoken character Christina Boyd to a series regular, marking a big step forward for actress Amy Robbins, who first joined the ITV soap in a short-term role. What began as a limited guest appearance has now evolved into a long-term commitment, confirming Christina's place as a fixture on the famous cobbles. Robbins first appeared on the show back in January 2023, introduced as Daisy Midgley's lively and often self-centered mother. Her arrival instantly caused ripples across Weatherfield, especially as she clashed with both Daisy and other locals with her blunt personality and questionable motives. Daisy, played by Charlotte Jordan, made her final appearance earlier this year after portraying the Rover's return barmaid for 4 years. Her departure marked the end of one of Corrie's most popular storylines, but it seems Christina's journey is only just beginning. According to The Sun, producers were so impressed with Robbins' on-screen presence and chemistry with the cast that they decided to keep her around permanently. With Daisy gone, Christina will now carve out her own path in Weatherfield, potentially filling a new void in the show's complex social web. Since her return to the street, Christina has already found herself at the center of drama, most recently reigniting her long-standing feud with Jenny Connor over their shared interest in funeral director George Shuttleworth. Their bickering has provided a mix of comedy and tension, reminding viewers that Christina is never far from stirring trouble. However, insiders suggest that the show may soon explore a more emotional and layered side of Christina. Her blossoming relationship with George could reveal a softer, more vulnerable version of the character, moving her away from the scheming figure audiences first met. Christina's promotion comes as Coronation Street continues to undergo significant cast changes. Earlier this month, the soap bid farewell to Jenny Connor, following actress Sally Ann Matthews' decision to leave after a decade back in the role. Jenny's emotional exit paved the way for a major comeback. Kath Tildesley is returning as Eva Price, who will once again take charge of the Rover's return after 7 years away. Reflecting on her own departure, Matthews recently shared that Jenny's final scenes were originally scripted to feature an emotional cameo from Bette Gilroy, the iconic landlady portrayed by Julie Goodyear. Fun fact, Matthews revealed on the Conversation Street podcast, when Jenny walked into the Rovers and Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler started playing, the plan was for Bette to appear and speak. But during the final edit, they decided it didn't quite work, and the scene played out better with Barbara Knox, Rita Tanner, instead. Addressing speculation that she was written out, Matthews clarified that her departure was a mutual decision between her and the producers. She explained that Charlotte Jordan's exit as Daisy significantly influenced her choice to step away. "I'd been thinking about leaving for a while," she admitted. "When I found out Charlotte was going, I really had to ask myself, do I want to stay, or is it time to move on?" As Christina Boyd settles into her new full-time status, fans can expect more mischief, unexpected warmth, and sharp-tongued humor from one of Corrie's most unpredictable characters. And with her complex relationship with George heating up, it's safe to say Weatherfield hasn't seen the last of Christina's chaos just yet. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.